Thank you once again for tuning into Car and Bike. My name is Shams and today we're talking about two new SUVs that have been launched in India almost at the same time. The Volkswagen Tiguan in its R-Line version and the all-new Skoda Kodiaq in both the Sportline as well as LNK versions. Now these cars are both built on the same platform. There's a lot in common, but there is an even longer list that separates the two. And today in this video, we're looking at exactly that. What do both the SUVs offer? What do they don't offer? And which one will suit you the best? Now before we get into all the details of both these new SUVs that have come to India, if you still haven't subscribed to Car and Bike, request you to do it right now and also press the bell icon and let us know what do you want to know from us so that we can generate the content you're looking for all the time. Two new SUVs from the same family launched in India almost at the same time. The new generations of Skoda Kodiaq and Volkswagen Tiguan are here and both are offering many features not seen on them before. The good thing is that both SUVs have made their way to India not too long after their global debuts. Now the major difference between the Volkswagen Tiguan and the Skoda Kodiaq is that while the Tiguan has only come exclusively in the R-Line version, the Kodiaq will offer you both LNK as well as Sportline. So if you want a more luxurious look, you can go for LNK, but if you want a sporty look, Sportline is always there. So there is more to choose for you as a consumer, while as I said, the Tiguan standard variant has not come this time with this generation. It is only the R-Line. So it's only the sporty looking car that you get from the house of German car maker. While both SUVs sit on the same MQB platform from VW, they have pretty distinct design languages. The Kodiaq follows the brand's modern solid design language with crisp body lines and a pseudo split headlight design with high set fog lamps. The Tiguan meanwhile follows VW's latest design theme with clean lines and softer cuts and creases. While there's extensive use of glossy black on the Sportline, the LNK gets more of dark chrome and that illuminated grille just makes it look apart. Both variants run on the same sized 18-inch alloys, but they look different from each other. Though the much bigger R-inspired 19-inch wheels make the Tiguan look more imposing. Of the two, it is the Kodiaq that is longer, wider, taller and even has a longer wheelbase. But crucially, the R-Line has a better ground clearance of 176mm and is lighter too. Both SUVs have some nice and effective colors in case you're looking for some more exclusivity on the roads. Now earlier in India we have seen the Tiguan in an all-space 7-seater version, but this time with the R-Line the SUV has come only with a 5-seat option. In contrast, the Kodiaq continues to be a 7-seater, so offers more practicality as well as versatility. But cabins are something apart from these seating options which are really far apart from each other. So within Skoda, once again you get the LNK and Sportline treatments which differ from each other, while the R-Line is definitely skewed towards a more sporty look. So you get things like metal pedals, you get a lot of chrome surrounds across switches, and you get that special ambient lighting as well, which can be customized in 30 different colors, which is something that is really likable. But the big highlight in the cabin of the Tiguan has to be the huge 15.1-inch touchscreen system, which comes with wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and gets a lot of connectivity options as well. Now you may not like the fact that there are not too many physical buttons inside the Tiguan with this new generation, but that is something you might have to get used to. The one thing that is nice is that the dial that is used for volume controls can be customized and can be used to change driving modes as well. And because the gear shift has moved to the steering column, it has freed up space between the front seats of the Tiguan, and that is exactly the case with the Kodiaq too. Even this SUV gets the gear shift lever now mounted on the steering column, once again giving you more space between the front seats. You get a big panoramic sunroof and 3-zone climate control, which is the case on the Kodiaq too. The Sportline exclusively gets aluminum pedals and comes with 3-spoke steering wheel. The LNK gets a 2-spoke unit. The highlight, however, is the smart dials, 3 rotary dials positioned on the center console with integrated displays. The outer 2 dials provide access to the 3-zone climate control system, while the center dial offers the ability to customize and control up to 4 in-car features. A lovely 13-speaker 725-watt Canton sound system is a one-up on the VW, which gets an 8-speaker system. Both these SUVs get twin wireless chargers on the front row, which is a good thing, but in comparison to the Tiguan, the Kodiaq gets a smaller touchscreen. It is not as colorful as well and gets limited features too. Once again, you can see the differences between Sportline and LNK, so you can choose according to your personal liking.
Seats on the Sportline and R-Line are quite similar to each other, while the LNK gets a more conventional look and enhanced features like adjustable headrests.
A major feature missing on the Tiguan R-Line is the fact that you do not get seat ventilation or even electric seats on the front row, pointing towards a more sporty profile. So what you get are heated seats with massage function, and you get a heated steering wheel as well, but in the hot Indian summer you may miss the ventilation function on the front seats of the Tiguan. Now in contrast, the Kodiaq seats come across as much better equipped both in the Sportline as well as in LNK. So while the LNK gets heating, ventilation and massage, and the seats are electric too, in the Sportline, yes, the electric function is there, but ventilation is missing. So once again you get that sporty feeling, but with one missing function. Now Skoda is known to give a lot of clever features in the cabins of its cars, and the story is the same with the Kodiaq as well. So you get many nice features that you don't really expect to see in other cars. So you have a duster that cleans your screen, that makes it more visible all the time. You have a dustbin in the driver door, and you also have a nice storage compartment between the second row seats. There are many more features as well, like an umbrella holder or a ticket holder, which makes it more convenient for the users of the car. Now all these features are not there in the Tiguan R-Line, because this is indeed a very Skoda thing, these clever features.
Talking about boot space, the Kodiaq gets 281 litres with all rows in use, while with the third row folded, you get 786 litres. The Tiguan has an ample boot space of 652 litres. The Kodiaq boot though clearly is more practical to use with an electric tailgate, which the VW misses out on. Like many other attributes, both these SUVs also run on the same drivetrain. The 2-litre turbo petrol engine on both makes 201 bhp and 320 Nm, and only gets a DSG variant with an all-wheel drive as standard.
Now of course dynamics, and this is really important, but here are two different cars with almost two different body styles. So first let's talk about the Tiguan. Now the bump in power has really helped this SUV. It adds to the sporty feel that you get as a driver, which is really nice. So yes, the figures are identical, but the Tiguan feels like a more sporty car when you're out there to drive it, also with its nice aerodynamic bits. Both also get the 7-speed dual clutch transmission along with paddle shifts as well as a sport mode, and there are a whole lot of driving modes to choose as well.
However, the drive modes are available only on the Kodiaq LNK and not on the Sportline. Fuel efficiency is key, and here the claimed figure is 12.58 km per litre on the VW, while the Skoda returns a slightly higher 14.86 km per litre.
You also get a full-time all-wheel drive system on both the Kodiaq as well as the Tiguan, so taking on the bad roads, it's not difficult with both these cars. But importantly, there's a very cool feature that the Tiguan exclusively comes with, which is Dynamic Chassis Control Pro. And here adaptive suspension really helps with changing road conditions. So individual adjustment of the wheels is something that really comes in handy and improves the dynamics quite a lot on this SUV. Now this of course gives you a car that handles in a much different way. It is stable at high speeds, and you can take corners with a lot of confidence in the Tiguan R-Line. In comparison, talking about the Kodiaq, yes, you can feel a bit of a body roll. This is a larger car with bigger dimensions. So yes, limiting body roll is a challenge without this feature on the Skoda Kodiaq.
The standard springs and dampers on the Kodiaq do a good job too, but feel more in sync with the LNK and take a little bit of character away from the Sportline. Keeping in tune with the nature of R-Lines, the ride on the VW is generally stiff and steering wheel is slightly heavy. Steering on the Kodiaq is lighter and easy on the arms. Insulation levels are impressive on both cars, and you're guaranteed pretty silent cabins.
Talking about safety, cars from the VW group are always very robust in how they are built. They are safe as well. They give you a confident feel. That's the case with both these SUVs. Both get 9 airbags as standard. They also get a TPMS system. They also get all-wheel disc brakes along with hill hold and hill descent control. So they are well feature loaded. But there is one specific thing where the Tiguan R-Line races ahead. and that is the presence of as many as 21 level 2 ADAS functions on this SUV. This includes a lot of useful functions like a blind spot monitor, lane keeping assist, autonomous emergency braking, as well as rear cross traffic alert, including other features. Now these features really make your life easier, safer and more comfortable, especially out on the highways. These functions for now are missing on the Kodiaq, but we hope that sooner than later the SUV also gets ADAS functions in India.
The SUV has also scored a 5-star crash test rating in the stringent Euro NCAP crash tests. On the other hand, the Kodiaq LNK gets safety features like advanced driver attention and drowsiness monitor, along with a 360 view camera as well as a self-parking system. So to the prices then, the Kodiaq Sportline is the most affordable of the lot, priced at 46.89 lakh rupees ex-showroom, while for LNK you need to shell out 2 lakh rupees more. The R-Line is priced at a little higher, 49 lakh rupees ex-showroom. The German SUV also comes with a 4-year standard warranty and roadside assistance along with 3 free services. The Kodiaq though gets a 5-year warranty and 10 years of roadside assistance.
Now we started the video by saying that these cars have a lot in common, but there's a lot that separates them as well. And once you drive and spend time with both these cars, as I have done in the past few weeks, you realize just how different they are, and they cater to two different audiences very clearly. So definitely the Kodiaq has to be the more practical version of the two. It is also giving you a better, more comfortable ride quality for the occupants, and you also like those simply clever features the car comes with. In case you want a slightly more sporty appeal, you can always go for the Sportline version, which is even more affordable than the LNK version of the Kodiaq. But if you're someone who loves to drive, especially with its Dynamic Chassis Control Pro feature, you will fall in love with the Tiguan R-Line irrespective of what it costs finally on the roads. It is a really impressive car and keeps your faith alive in automobiles, especially if you love to drive. Add to that a whole lot of level 2 ADAS functions, and that is a feature that really helps in different road conditions, so you're getting a much safer drive. So you tell us in the comments which of these two SUVs will you choose if you're in the market to buy a nice big premium SUV. Which one suits you and your family more? Do let us know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching.